In my first project, Railroad MRR1, I built an in-scale 2x4 model railroad. MRR2 was a 1 foot by 6 foot HO scale switching layout. Well, it's time to start MRR3, and I'm going smaller, in scale that is.
This video is brought to you by Model Railroad Academy. Model Railroad Academy is your online resource for model railroad instructions, ideas, and information, with loads of tutorials and articles for model railroaders of every skill level. I've recently been going through their catalog and watching some of their older videos, including this one from Don Kassler and the M&K division of the B&O. It's been really cool to watch and see all the old techniques he used. Plus, you can find tutorials on everything from bench work to electronics to scenery, all sorts of things there. The first 1,000 people to sign up at the link in the description below will get a full year of premium membership to Model Railroad Academy for $1.49. Offer is valid for new members only.
I am building a Z-scale layout. Z-scale is something that's always fascinated me, and I've kind of researched all the different brands that you can get and what you can look into. And today I'm going to be building the foundation of the layout. Now this includes the base, the foam, and the track. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using Rokahan Z-scale track for the layout. This is kind of the Kato Unitrack of Z-scale. It's got a lot of different parts, track packs, different sizes, things like that, and it has pre-attached road bed. And I'm going to be making an oblong bow tie shape just like this with a single passing siding. And I'm going to be using an American Z-Line Jeep 38 for my locomotive and several pieces of American Z-Line rolling stock. Now I picked all of this up from US Z-scale. I'm going to have them linked in the description below. They've been really great to work with, and I'm really happy that I discovered them. This layout is going to be built for continuous running for trains as more of a display layout, which is why I don't have any sidings or anything like that. I'm really going for scenery here. The layout will be 2 feet by 4 feet and built on a single board. You can buy these 2x4 sheets at places like Home Depot. And I'm going to be attaching some extruded foam to the board as a base. And I'm using these 2 foot by 2 foot project boards of Formula extruded foam. And I picked these up at Home Depot. I'm using Loctite Power Grab to glue everything in place. So in case you see some extra hands in the layout, by the way, my son is helping me for the first time in building a layout. He's super excited. He's already a train addict like me. So this is going to be a really fun father-son project. So you may see his hands come in there and helping me out from time to time. Once I've glued everything down, I go ahead and weigh it down to dry. Now that it is dry, I lay my track in place. I then use a Sharpie to draw the edges onto the foam so that I can build the terrain. Once I have that, I remove the track and cut a third project board that I bought, another 2x2, into the mountains that are going to be the layout. And I also cut the section for the little bridge section that I bought. I cut the little foam out that's going to be where the bridge crosses as well. Now once I am done with that, I use a hot wire foam cutter to shape the mountains. And just an FYI, always cut foam in a well-ventilated space. This pink foam is extruded polystyrene, and I have 2 windows open in this room and 2 fans blowing the fumes out of the window with the door shut to make sure that the pressure is like pulling all of the fumes out. Do not cut polyurethane foam with a hot wire foam cutter. Those fumes are pretty dang toxic. Once I have the foam cut, I take it outside and spray paint the foam brown. This is just some cheap store brand paint and primer that I bought from Ace Hardware. Nothing fancy here. Once that is dry, I can lay the track on the layout and then glue it down with tacky glue. But before I do that, I do drill some holes for where some of the wires are going to run. I do cut the turnout ones, but I keep the connections because I can probably connect them back together. I thought this was easier than having to drill a massive hole for that connector to get through. Now for the power lead, I actually pulled the piece apart, I unscrewed it and read the pieces together and then put it back together and slid it in place. And now I can run a train. This is just the beginning of this layout, and I'm really kind of excited, and I'm kind of getting a little intoxicated by the size of Z-scale. It's just adorable, and I'm really seeing the benefits of having a smaller scale like this if you really, really like expansive scenery. I'm already seeing it in this little tiny layout, and I'm actually blown away by the level of detail in these cars. It's really, really kind of mind-blowing. It's like even better than what what N-scale was 20 years ago. So I'm just really blown away by all of this. So I'm excited to do more on this project. I have all the links in the description below for stuff that you have seen on this. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe, be kind, and happy railroading.